ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Altered Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. I, of course, am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the prolific cover himself, Zealeus.
How goes it, Mr. Charles?
It goes, my friend, it goes. And I guess we're going to continue with your nickname, the one and only Shep Jason?
Yep.
Shep.
Don't work on Sabbath.
What?
Yeah, it's the fourth stooge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's the one who took over. Well, he was one of the originals, and then Curly came, and Shep disappeared. Well, he didn't disappear, but he kind of did his own thing. And then when Curly had his stroke, Shep came back.
I never actually watched Three Stooges, so yeah.
What?
All right.
Watch the classics, not that terrible movie.
Getting live with his aunt for 9 months.
Wait, it's not like recent or like live. It just doesn't exist to me. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't go back in time.
Good die, good die. All right,
ladies.
so ladies and gentlemen, I do have. We had a secret.
We have a secret?
Well, no, we had one, but it didn't pan out.
I'm here tonight.
Oh, I thought maybe someone was pregnant.
Well, no. We were actually going to have a fourth individual at this table this evening, but unfortunately, it just didn't quite pan out.
That would have been pretty nuts.
We will try to have Ando on next week.
More of a round table.
I thought he moved.
No, not yet.
Oh.
No, he's still here.
Oh, yes.
So.
We need like a round table, like camera coming down the center.
We need one of those like blackjack tables.
The round table.
The semicircle.
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this of course is the Altered Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. This is the show where we talk about video games, nerdy stuff, basically anything that you give us as a topic within that realm. And we try to discuss it. Now, of course, at any time, if you have any additional topics or comments or concerns, please put them in the chat because we want to build, the conversation going forward. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just right off the, to start things off, right there you'll see in the, I think it's the right-hand corner for you, left-hand corner for us.
Stage right.
You see the Extra Life symbol. Extra Life, of course, is a charity event hosted by the Children's Miracle Hospital Network. Altered Confusion is in it for its 7th straight year. We're raising money for specifically Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Now, the official Extra Life 24-hour streamathon is November 4th or 3rd. However, because I will not be available for that day, I'm actually going to do my 24-hour game-a-thon starting Saturday from 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to Sunday 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be on the lookout for that.
And hopefully I will be able to make over at some point during the show. I got obligations in the morning, but sometime that afternoon I may make it over. I don't know if I'm bringing my PC. I don't know if I just bring myself. I don't know. We'll see. So I'll make some kind of appearance here.
So potentially what you're going to probably see is a lot of PC gaming. I've got the Nintendo Switch already hooked up to the capture card. So you might see some Switch action. I might bring down the Xbox One. However, I will probably put the Xbox One on another TV to make sure that all the updates are done.
When was the last time you played the Xbox One?
I have no idea. Let's just put it this way. Gears of War 4 is still in the plastic, okay? Which pisses off one of the Altered Confusion fans to no end, but dim the brakes, my friend, dim the brakes. So, ladies and gentlemen, you might have noticed that Jason did step away, our third individual here. My son actually came down, so he's trying to take care of that. However, I'll probably jump up there in just a second to make sure that everything's okay. But let's see here. Jay Stev said Red Dead Redemption 2 is out tomorrow officially. Okay, so I'm excited about Red Dead Redemption 2. It looks amazing. Ooh.
Did you ever play Red Dead 1?
Okay, so it's a little bit confusing because technically there's another one in there. Red Dead Revolver is also in there.
Oh.
I don't remember where that is in the chronological order, and I'm pretty sure it's Red Dead Revolver, which is the one I played. But apparently it's kind of like in the same vein, which I don't understand why. But anyways, I believe you could potentially get away with just going. Jay Stev asked if is it worth playing the first one or can you start with the second one? I believe it's good enough that you could probably just start with the second one and go.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, in the world where everything seems, they go Red Dead Revolver, then Red Dead Redemption, then 2.
So is Red Dead Revolver like a prequel?
Maybe I played Red Dead Redemption. Now I'm confused because I thought, whatever. Anyways, all I know is
you do?
I played one of the Red Dead games. How about that? I know that.
Red Dead. There you go.
Yeah, there was a lot of like horseback riding.
I remember doing
through
that.
like a deserty, cactusy area.
A lot of red.
Yeah, it's a lot of like I painted the desert red with blood.
You bastard! How could you?
Yeah, well, you know, anyways. I mean, I can almost 100%, unless someone gifts me Red Dead Redemption 2, I will not be playing that on my stream. Chances are I will probably be playing.
Sounds like a Sam question.
Red Dead Revolver was on PlayStation 2 first, then Xbox. Then I must have played Red Dead Redemption because I definitely played it on the 360, I think.
Oh, I didn't know there was a Red Dead Revolver. Huh.
Anywho, so
Shows what I know.
Quick shout out to the individual, or individuals.
There's individuals.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what the hell is going on. I mean, I love all y'all to death.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why people continue to send me. I mean, please, by all means, send AlteredConfusion cool stuff. I have no problem with that. However, for the love of all that's holy, could you please put your name on it? Damn it, please.
Or you can continue to get Charlie's outrage reaction and not put your name on it because it's much more entertaining.
Just a made up name.
So real quick, if you want to send something to AlteredConfusion, all you need to do is go to, all you got to do is send what you would like for AlteredConfusion to 1551 Dunwoody, that's DUNWOODY, Village Parkway, number 88276, Dunwoody, Georgia, 30338. It's very important that you put your number 88276, simply because if you don't, then it goes straight to the post office, and if I'm not fast enough, they will return to sender.
Oh.
Thankfully, the one time that someone left it off, which ironically would have been the person who was shown up tonight, Ando accidentally sent it without the numbers, but I was fast enough that it was in the return pile but hadn't been sorted yet, so they were able to give me my VIP badge for the last AndoCon.
Oh, Ando.
So anyways, so thank you for whomever gave me 4 of the Tailspin characters.
It's your sister.
No, it's not my sister.
It's your
My
sister.
sister does not know. I've asked her, and she's like, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't know what your P.O. box number is.
It might be Joel.
No, it's not Joel.
It's one of those two.
No, my sister keeps signing me up for those like quarterly Marvel Collector Core boxes that show up randomly. After the first one, which I think was Deadpool, the second one, Venom, came to the door, and immediately upon seeing it, I went to my wife, because my wife has basically said, "Stop buying this shit." And so, as soon as I saw it, I immediately went to her. It's like, it was not me. I did not get this. This is not me. And
So at a minimum, you should have like a disclaimer if people send it to you. This is not Charlie buying this.
No, I think that's why they're not putting their name on it, so they could be like,
Put your name on it.
It's kind of fun seeing you sweat.
fuck.
They actually, if they wanted to be really like jerky, they would put Charlie's name on the package.
Oh, yeah. Let's up the ante.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, that's great. However, okay, so I got, I don't know if I talked about this or not, but ladies and gentlemen, if you might have noticed, I have a bit of a Funko Pop obsession. This is only the first of 3 walls that are lined with Funko Pops. I believe I am now easily over 180. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, over 180 of the Funko Pops. Oh my God. Yes. Okay, fine. I will do a Funko Pop YouTube video of my collection. That I will write that down right now, and I will get that done. Because you're right.
This one I got 4 years ago.
No, I'm not going to go.
Do you have a story to tell about every Funko Pop?
Jesus, no. No.
You should
Well,
like a little like note like inside each one, like this is where I got it. This is when I slept with him.
No, I could tell you I could tell you the first 2 Funko Pops I ever had.
Ooh.
And that is Tyrion Lannister and Harry Potter, which I think are somewhere up here. I think there's Harry Potter right there, and I don't know where Tyrion Lannister is.
Tyrion's right there.
Where?
On the same, up and over.
Up here?
Yeah, cold, warmer. There you go.
There's Harry Potter.
Pointing right
Oh shit, yeah, that's right. There's Tyrion Lannister back there. Yes, please, J Stebbs, you send it to there.
And make sure you
put
say
your
it's
name.
Charlie. From
Please put
Charlie.
your name. Okay, so personally, I don't know if it's the same person who keeps sending this shit, but someone did give me a very wide range of Venomized characters. There's the Venomized Iron Man, the Venomized Captain America, which looks fucking cool. Funko vids are very popular. Well, then I will do it.
It's like
didn't
the
know
gift
that.
wrapping, the gift opening vids. Those seem to be horribly,
Or like
horribly popular.
Unboxings.
opening
Unboxings.
up original foil Magic the Gatherings.
I would punt, dude. No, see that drives me nuts. Okay, if you've got like my Funkos stay in the box. Okay, I'm not gonna take it out of the box.
Okay.
But when you have someone who's like, look at this rare pack of cards, I'm gonna open it up. I'm like, no, because I'm at the point in my life where I understand that shit gains value over time. Hopefully.
This is your investment plan. Bold strategy, sir. Bold strategy.
This right here is my son's college tuition, okay? No, I'm kidding. But
He's got a diversified portfolio. This is
Yeah.
on the.
this
on the
is
other end.
I'm
this
not
is
sure that's the words I would use.
look, man. I've got my roller IRA, and then I've got my Funko collection. Okay, I'm good. And from time to time, I do play the lottery.
One is not like the other. It's okay.
It's a diverse investment.
Exactly. Don't unbox; they'll be valuable.
That's what they said about Beanie Babies.
They were for a bit. If
And
you
then
got
we
the
saw how
Funko-
that went.
They'll be back. Don't worry. It's like the Pet Rock and the Chia Pet and all that, and the Trolls. It takes like, I don't know, 20 years, and then it comes back. And then if you have the originals from 20 years ago, holy shit!
Tens of dollars.
Tens of dollars! Instead of the $9, you could get 15, okay? Shit! No, probably, if you got it for 9, it's probably 19 now. Maybe 29. So that, my friends, is a huge profit. All right, but anyways, let's really get into things here.
200%.
So, first of all,
$2 million.
let me give a shout out to the Funko are at another level because they keep. Okay, I'm sorry we keep going back to Funkos.
Can't stop the Funko.
Yeah, can't stop the Funko.
You're just giving them more justification for being crazy.
Walmart has stopped carrying Funkos now.
It's because you kept buying them.
That should encourage them to.
They're
stock
back there.
themselves.
I've seen them.
They're not. No, they've been removing them. They've been putting them in the clearance section. Unfortunately, I already have all the ones in the clearance section.
Because the demand is going to nothing, and so they.
But here's the funny thing: Target has increased their Funko collection.
There's a whole wall over there.
I haven't been to Walmart in like years.
I can't afford that side of the Target though. So
I only go to Walmart, with the exception of what I had to do. Oh, what the hell? Let's do story time with
There's
Charlie.
actually not a Walmart near me to like go to if I wanted to.
Howmill. No, you're not near Howmill.
Like the closest one to me is actually like over in like Marietta off of 41. I'm like, no,
Ashford Dunley.
no. But if I go there, I could just go to Target.
That's like a ritzy Walmart. It's something weird. Like
No, that
Walmart
does
to me-
not exist.
No. Walmart to me is a 24-hour. You can get random shit in the middle of the night. The Walmart in Dunwoody closes at like 10.
That's not right.
Yeah, I'm like that's not a Walmart. Damn it! When I was in college, I went to a Walmart at 2 a.m. to buy a dartboard and end up coming back with a beta fish. That's the fun stuff about Walmart in the middle of the night. Also, you don't want to be at Walmart at 2 a.m. Anyways, okay, so let's talk some gaming stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, we're doing amazing. We're, of course, AlteredConfusion is from Atlanta, so there has been some exciting, I guess, news or a release, so to speak, and that, of course, is, ladies and gentlemen, the official name for the Atlanta Overwatch Pro League. Is that right? Overwatch? Yeah. Overwatch. Yeah.
Overwatch League.
Yeah, Overwatch
Reign.
League has been announced, and that, of course, is the Atlanta Reign, which is spelled R-E-I-G-N.
I hope they're like rain in the middle of a game.
It's
a new challenge mode.
The new Overwatch League will start February 14th, which of course is Valentine's Day. It's kind of weird. Are they assuming that all the games
I
don't
love my games!
But their official colors, if you are curious, are going to be light gray, red, and charcoal gray. Light gray and charcoal gray? That seems...
So many variations of gray.
The team logo features a red phoenix rising with a royal crest referencing Atlanta's city seal and making a nod to new beginnings. The iconic phoenix is crowned to complement the real theme of the team's name. Bold red typeface accompanies the emblem to offer a powerful announcement of the team's brand. With the elements put together, the logo paints a picture reflection of Atlanta, indicating work ethic, reinvention, and excellence. What?
Wow, that is some marketing, like, C-level execs, like, dream is coming up with that right there.
So they choke in the playoffs, is what we're saying.
Oh,
They're like every single Atlanta franchise. We do awesome in the regular season, but we piss ourselves in the playoffs.
Is this another blank investment?
No, this is actually a Cox Enterprise. Cox Enterprise / Province Inc. Venture group called the Atlanta Esports Ventures. It's a partnership between Cox Enterprises and Province Inc. Which would be okay.
Hopefully, it's better than Atlanta Spirit.
Okay, first of all, Atlanta makes a lot of sense to have a team. Now, I don't know. I think it's not this coming season, but the following season that they're actually going to have. Okay, background real quick. So there's not a ton of teams, but there's at least 12, 14 teams now. I think 14 teams in this pro Overwatch league. All of the games currently take place in this pissant little arena in LA. Mm-hmm. For all the teams. You got a team Houston, Dallas, New York, Boston, LA, 2 in LA, 1 in San Fran, there's 1 in Seoul, there's 1 in Shanghai, and then I think there's like 1 or 2 in Europe. But currently, they're afraid to actually go outside of LA to do this entire league. Yet, you have all of these location-based teams. Atlanta will never see a single game. There will never be a home game there. So I'm
totally buying an Atlanta Reign shirt. I'm selling it.
Oh, yeah.
I want one.
I will. I will too. I will support the team. But it's just kind of weird that you have to support your home team
who never plays in Atlanta.
Of course, now they have stated. I think it's going to be the 2020 season. They're going to allow for a rotating location. It doesn't make any sense for like the Dallas team to just come to Atlanta. So they'll probably have satellite locations where all the teams will come.
So where in Atlanta would they play?
Oh, they play in State Farm Arena.
State Farm Arena?
Yeah, well, okay. So Phillips Arena is no more. It's now called State Farm.
When did that happen?
This season.
This summer, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
News to me.
That would be perfect, especially with the new board they just put in there.
Did they put a big new State Farm board?
Yeah, it is.
You
apparently
can see Aaron Rodgers huge.
We're not talking about the football stadium. We're talking about the basketball
No, because State Farm and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. The discount double check.
Yeah.
But no.
That's where the Hawks play, right?
Yeah, and if they did it at the State Farm Arena, they could get a haircut while you watch.
I saw that. I prefer the Omni.
I love the Omni as well. But anyways.
It's just a classic name.
No, they have New York. Well, right, true. New York for foreign and East Coast teams. Right, from my understanding, I believe they were going to do 4 different locations, which it only makes sense that one would be probably, it's going to be LA, because that's where the damn thing is right now. And that arena seats like 350 people, which is mind-boggling to me.
It's all about the live stream, man.
Look, League of Legends sells out the Staples Center. The Staples Center. The place where the LA Clippers and the LA Lakers play, where there's a shit ton of seats, a lot more than 350. And yet, the Overwatch League's like, we're going to go to this little studio.
It's an intimate setting to make fees.
That's not an intimate setting. It's literally like just a sound stage they put like fold-up chairs in, and it's worse than the E-League stage, which of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever want to attend an E-League gaming session and you're in the Atlanta area, all you got to do is hit up Turner Studios, because chances are you could probably get a ticket for free. Depending if it's if it's mid-season, you can literally just go, hey, do you have a ticket? Yeah, okay. League of Legends, yeah, of course. League of Legends is one of the biggest MLGs. Absolutely. I totally agree. But even with that, with the amount of money you're pouring into the Pro Overwatch League, which Atlanta, from my understanding, was a $35 million buy-in, I think you can probably say that you're willing to at least host some games in your city. Maybe not in humongous arenas, but there's got to be, like the Cobb Energy Center. Host them there. Or the Gwinnett Arena. Put them there.
I don't know, man. We're in Centennial Park. We have outdoor gamings.
Yeah, but that's not the draw. It's going to be like on the tech campus. You could probably put a decent...
Ooh, you could do it in McCamish Pavilion, the basketball court.
Basketball court, or even on there, some of their other entertainment, whatever the theater is there, if they wanted to keep the intimate...
That's true.
And that's where their target audience is probably...
That's true. Now, of course, one of the biggest hurdles that all of these esports, especially these games, much like Overwatch and PUBG and Fortnite, is how to not cause basically motion sickness or epileptic seizures with having to basically bounce around the map and try to find a better way to display all of the stuff.
I can't watch first-person shooters. It's a terrible experience.
Well, the problem is they're having to guess where the action is going to be. So you see them basically pop around at random things. There's not, I mean, yeah, there's some like what do you call them? Bottlenecks where a lot of action will happen. But when you're not in one of those areas, and there might be one hell of a play going on, they got to randomly guess.
It's just kind of how the game interacts, though. So you take a MOBA like a League of Legends or Smite, and it's very easy to do that over-the-top isometric view where you can see pretty much all the action. You know where it is. It's easy to predict, to your point. Like, oh, you're seeing 5 people going there, 5 people going there, but you see all 10 participants now at the same time. With the first person...
I mean, it's literally just like a shift. It's not we have to teleport, 200 yards this way.
Whereas a first-person shooter, it's just also a completely different way of viewing it. It's just a very different way of interacting with your environment.
Right.
It's just, for me, as a spectator, is not enjoyable.
So, Jay Steph says, must be time constrained in some ways. Okay, so one of the reasons why you would have your own little arena to play is because of you don't know how long it's going to take to get through all of the games if you have every single team playing in that location. And a lot of, the sporting arenas, they've got other shit going on.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, like if you up to this year, High Res Expo. I mean, it was not a game. It's not a sporting arena, but up to this year they were at the Cobb
Energy Center,
which they have now decided to basically combine HRX, High Res Expo, which I will never call it that officially. I'll call it the Smite World Championship with High Res other shit. Actually, it's the Smite World Championship and the Paladins Championship, okay? But
which you're going to be in, right?
No.
No?
I'm not that.
I thought you were a pro Paladins, man. You got it.
I'm semi-pro. I was semi-pro in both. I definitely do not have the Twitch skills to perfect either.
No.
But anyways, as many of you probably, this happened in March, and apparently maybe I saw it and then I just completely blanked out on it because I didn't really understand what the hell's going on. But High Res Expo and DreamHack, which is happening the second week or the third week in November, it's going to be happening at the Georgia World Congress Center. There, basically all that happens at HRX, which usually was in January, is going to happen in November, along with all the other DreamHack stuff. Now, I question that immediately because the attendance of DreamHack last year, because I was a last-minute panelist, was basically equal to the High Res Expo, okay? But they had several simultaneous esports tournaments going on. So when you put High Res Expo into DreamHack, it's not the main event. Or potentially it might not be the main event. It's going to be just another tournament. And to me, kind of seems like a step backwards. You had your own thing. You were able to sell out. You sold out the venue every single time, and it was literally just your stuff. And now you're basically like, okay, we're gonna play. What's it? What is that? H01,
H1Z1.
Yeah, and some other stuff.
Well, think about it this way, all right? So you have the HRX, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are people who are already invested in Smite.
Right.
There are people who already play Smite.
Right.
Now, if you're hosting another event like DreamHack, thank you, like DreamHack, now you're potentially exposing your product to people who are not already playing your game. Like you
But you're also diluting the product because
you're expanding the product, not diluting.
Potentially. But let's say that
That's like saying I'm diluting my product by advertising it to people who might not play it.
simply showing your product at a location that is not just you does not mean that your product is actually going to be viewed.
That's the definition of advertising. You're putting your game in front of eyeballs of people who otherwise would not have seen it at that convention.
Jason?
Mixed, because you still need to hook the people that are already playing it and expose them and get them to buy the extras and sell it. But yes, you do need to cross-pollinate with
Non-core audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it goes.
I do. I mean, yes, I could see. Some of the benefits to
parenting skills coming through.
Right. but at the same time, for me personally, I don't know. Because I was at the launch tournament, and because I've been to every single high-res expo to this point, where they were doing effing amazing on their own. To me, it just kind of, I don't know, makes me feel a little weird.
So I think as a hardcore Smite fan, I can see where it dilutes that experience.
Hardcore high-res fan.
Fair enough. Like I can see from a fan perspective, definitely diluting that experience. That I could totally get behind.
But to be honest with you, something did sort of come to light about this, and that is that because of this potential cross-pollination, and also because of what I saw at DreamHack last year, there wasn't a humongous attendance there. When you potentially could gain everybody who was going to go to HRX and add it into the individuals who are going to be at DreamHack, that could, potentially increase the viewership and attention for, a more massive market. But I just fear that there's still going to be those individuals who are going to go there who don't give a shit about high res.
Oh, yeah.
And are just like, what the fuck are they doing here?
Or they'll try like trolling it or just being like obnoxious or something like
it's
that.
always going to be the, mine is better than yours, you suck. I mean, that's...
Why are we playing Smite, man? Go play LOL or something.
This game sucks. It's a complete ripoff of Overwatch. Everyone should just be playing Overwatch. Then fucking go play Overwatch. Jay Stev, I'm sure that you're an amazing Overwatch player. And you probably understand that, there's... If you want to play Overwatch, go play Overwatch. If you want to play Paladins, go play Paladins. Thank you for the follow.
Person who's dancing, that's awesome, man.
No, it's hold on 1 second here. It is Miss Lube. Okay, thank you, Miss Lube, for your
Lube.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn down the volume though. But anyways,
More volume all the time.
okay. So anyways, so yes, I guess it's based on how big the communities are. Probably a numbers game. It is. It is.
I also wonder if it's a cost saving thing from high res perspective.
That's the other thing.
I can
Because
imagine
now you're not having to pay all of the money it would cost to rent out the Cobb Energy Center.
Yeah.
Now you're kind of, I don't know what the split is.
There's definitely trade-offs for high res.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But then again, you have to remember that this year high res actually, the name High Res Studios is basically like the overlord now, and every single studio below it has a different name.
It's all their little pods.
Yeah, I'm going to try to pull it up real quick.
Yeah,
here.
and like they don't really have much in common with each other either, from what I remember.
No. Each one, like one's for Smite, one's for Paladin stuff. One is for junk. What was the other one?
Welcome to Atlanta.
Where the players play.
And the haters hate.
Apparently, I can't do it that way. Thanks a lot, douchebags. All right, so we'll do Paladins. I'm pretty sure that's like Evil Mojo, I believe is what they're calling it now.
They're not making it very easy to find. Oh, look, the Hyros Expo at.
Yep, at DreamHack.
That's not going to last.
Yeah, I can't remember what the company's names were, but then of course, you know, Paladins has its own little itty bitty. I mean, not itty bitty, but they have their own pro league as well, where there is a slight buy-in.
The Paladins Premier League.
Yeah, the Paladins
The
Premier League. You got
PPL.
Fanatics. You got SK Gaming. I don't know what that one is. Let's see if they'll give me more information. I know Renegade's been there for a while. Natus, Virtuous. I know that one of the best teams in Paladins quit because of the issues with the money
and stuff, and getting money on time. Yeah, I remember that. I know that's the issue with Smite also.
Yeah.
Which
let's see here. Hey Zealeus, did y'all hear about Titanic 2? Exact model of the Titanic taking her maiden voyage on the exact same route. Oh man,
that's unfortunate.
Spoiler alert! It still sinks into the ocean.
Wait, but is Leonardo DiCaprio still there? Is he still going to get on the edge of the boat?
Nope. This time, someone's going to harpoon gun Rose in the back, rip her off the fucking door, and then Leo's going to go to safety.
Wow,
That bitch.
That's harsh.
There was enough room for 2 people on
That's
there.
harsh. You're harpooning her, man. That's gonna like kill her.
No, that's actually that's one of the movies that has a lot of what do you call it? There's quite a few movies out there that just, if you actually were to like break it down for like common sense and for like continuity.
Like every horror movie ever.
Yeah. Also, they say the lifeboats hold 2,700 passengers worth of
People.
Oh, I was like pep.
Yeah, like Pez.
All right. However, there are 2,400 passengers.
So in theory, everybody should be able to fit on. But
In theory, my friend.
well, the problem is, theory doesn't work until you practice it. It's hard to practice a sinking boat until it sinks.
What? You can always sink one and just see what happens.
Yep.
We tried and it did work.
Yeah, it sunk to the bottom of the ocean. All right, Zealeus found this bit of information out, so I'm going to let him kind of take this next part of the conversation.
So basically, we've already heard about Microsoft is already going to be releasing a new console where the kind of cloud-based, and it's basically going to be subscription-based, where you have some kind of subscription model to do stream your games. Well, Microsoft is now announcing them to doing the same thing for the PC, where there's going to be a online subscription service from Microsoft where you pay X amount a month and you get to play these games. There's not a whole lot of information about it, but I'm kind of curious because right now it sounds like there's like 11 publishers signed up for this. So it's almost like a Netflix type of thing where like you'll get some of the games that are on their Windows for PC platform, but it's not like you get like every game ever made, basically. But depending on what games are on it, especially for Microsoft Studios, it could be a pretty good deal for usually probably I'm guessing about $10 a month because that's what they had for the Xbox One to do it. And right now, for 11 studios, they got about 200 games.
This is how Xbox One is currently doing things. So there's 200 games, 11 studios that are participating in this.
You got some pretty big games for the Xbox One, like Hitman, 4,
Dirt,
Forza, Rocket League, Elder Scrolls. So pretty big games.
They got Bethesda. They've got Bethesda in their corner.
Yeah, so they got some pretty big games, but it's just a continuation of streaming as a service. Or video games as a service. Everything as a service.
J-Step, isn't that what they are doing now? Yes. Well, so
this is
a continuation of basically all of the gaming console manufacturers or gaming in general trying to remove the connotation of product from what they're giving you and making it more of a service. Basically, there are those out there who do not have a lot of disk space. So if you could stream it, that's amazing. Of course, Steam is basically Steam is the prototype. But at the same time, this is what we're going to, the online always thing. Oh, it's for anti-cheating. No, it's not for I mean, yeah, sure, that plays into it when you're having a multiplayer game. But if it's a single-player game, there's no fucking reason, pardon my language, screw it, but there's no reason for you have to be online for a single player game. I'm sorry. I keep... JStev,
Breathe. You got this?
Yeah.
PlayStation, I do not agree with PlayStation being better. PlayStation is still alive. That's what I'll say.
Oh, what's the PS7 or what's the they released the name?
No, I don't think they actually did for
No, I don't
PlayStation
know.
5 or PlayStation. Actually, no, they didn't want to do.
PSV or whatever the.
Yeah, whatever it is. I mean, I know that.
But they're dropping the PS portion.
It's just
It's going to be like
I'm gonna buy the V.
that. That could go so wrong. That sounds like you're just going to like a one of those dark sites for.
Well, it's like
Pleasure.
when originally the Wii came out with
Yeah,
the
it's
Wii
like-
pad.
Do you want to play with my Wii? My Wii stick? How about my Wii stick and nunchuck? I agree with the single player not always being online. Now, the cool thing is, and this, of course, is basically what Altered Confusion likes to promote, is support your indie developers because they cannot get away with this always online bullshit, especially with single player games, because if that was the case, no one would buy it because when it's an indie developer / publisher, you don't know how reliable their servers are going to be.
Speaking of its very sad day, there's a PlayStation 3 online game that Sony has finally discontinued after 11
Which
years.
one?
Like not Warframe, but War something.
Mm.
Like it was just announced earlier this week, but it's been online for 11 years.
Okay, JStev 1, I just want cross-platform play with games. Okay, if you're talking consoles, that's because PlayStation
Sony's giving them
has a hard-on for not allowing for people to play with friends that have Xboxes. They want everyone to have PlayStations and everyone to have their own copy.
But a PC can play with Mac, can play with Linux.
Potential. Well, right. PC can play with Mac and Linux potentially. There's still a couple of
It's
games out there.
cross-platform.
Right. But the thing is now, if you want to go cross console to PC, now that is an interesting issue because you definitely have games. PlayStation is changing. It always is. Sometimes for the much worse. When you try to cross that bridge of PC to console, that potentially could give an individual like a first-person shooter a distinct advantage on the PC over your console, because a lot of people believe, and Zealeus is in that group, you're going to be super duper fast on the WASD
It's not a
mouse.
belief, it's just an empirical truth.
Yeah. I personally, and I know that I am super duper in the minority, I have to play Paladins with a gamepad. Ironically, navigating the menus, I have to use a mouse. But in the actual game, I have to use the controller. No.
Oh gosh.
PlayStation should have been Linux before they removed the dual boot.
Which is basically Mac.
Oh.
Oh!
Anyways, so yeah, in the weird ass world, a backwards ass world that we apparently are living in, the thing is, we're going to run into a very interesting issue with all this change to streaming of games, and always have to be online. We are going to be absolutely 100% at the mercy of the ISPs, with basically, the entire consumer market getting kicked repeatedly in the nuts by the FCC. I'm not exactly sure. You're going to have to basically pay for the gaming subscription, but then have to pay an additional cost to your ISP for the amount of data and speed of data that you're going to go through. But then that game developer or publisher will have to work out a deal with that specific ISP to make sure that it gets fast-tracked.
There's all kinds of shady shaking hand deals going on there.
Yeah.
Basically, in the end, it all does is screw over the consumer.
Which is why every single state should follow in California's footsteps and just basically block all that shit. Feel like next gen, they gonna charge us out of a hole. JStev, you're absolutely 100% correct. Instead of having to worry about buying proprietary hard drives, which cost you like 4 or 6 times the average price of a regular
I
hard
remember how
drive.
excited I was when I upgraded my Xbox 360 hard drive to 250 gigabytes.
But you had to buy that specific
yeah.
one, and then you had to get that stupid,
The transfer data thing.
the transfer data cable, which I still have mine somewhere.
You never know when you might need it, man.
So stupid.
You might need
You use it once, and you'll never use it again, because all you're doing is you're transferring data from your old small little hard drive to the bigger one, and that's it. You never have to use it again. It's like, I think it's like, what, $40 or something?
Yep.
For that one-time transfer. And on top of that, you had to pay like $150 extra because it was the Xbox 360 hard drive.
Because it's totally different than a standard Western Digital hard drive, man, don't you know?
Just don't actually crack the damn thing
label
open.
off. Yeah,
Yeah.
white labeled.
They want more and more money, absolutely. And this is actually one of my favorite topics to bring up during our conventions, is the fact that the developers, especially the publishers, are trying to make games online only with core mechanics where they give you a couple different gameplay modes, a couple different maps, a couple different weapons, whatever. And then of course they're going to charge you out the ass for DLC. And the thing is, once they've done it once, basically all they're going to do for the newer games is maybe do like an extra 0 and a 1 in there, and then maybe do like a re-rendering of a map that's already existent. So you're basically just applying new. They're basically going to do Madden. They're going to do the Madden approach, which is you're buying the same fucking game every single year, but because Madden won't allow for a roster update, you have to buy the same damn game every single year.
Well, it's also fundamentally changed how they do gaming. So when it was single player DLCs, they actually had to be decent DLCs for us to buy, because it's single player. If you don't like the DLC, who cares? You just don't buy it, right? It doesn't matter.
Yep.
But it's a completely different dynamic now with online games. So if you're all playing, I never played Battlefield 4, but I'm just throwing it out there, right? So
Where is our Battlefield 4 guy? Where are you? Oh man.
So
Sam?
thank you, Sam Griswold. So you're playing Battlefield 4, right? And all these maps come out, and you're like, man, I don't like these maps, so I'm not going to buy them. But all of your friends have bought the maps.
So in order to play with them for them to utilize all the extra maps, you have to buy the maps.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
Yep, and so now you're much more synced into having to now also perpetually buy all this crap for online games like that with their DLCs.
And of course we all okay. Question: after these current gen games, what do we expect from console? Are they going to be more PC, or are they still pigeonholing us back? They are going to be more. So the way that they potentially want to do things is they want to give you the Sony box or the Xbox box, Microsoft box, and they're going to be able to basically utilize that endpoint to allow you to stream or access your subscription for your games. The vast majority of the heavy lifting is not going to be done with your system, so you're not going to have to. Potentially, you're not going to need new console every single year or every single thing like that.
And in theory, it should be cheaper too, because it's less hardware. In theory.
Now, of course, Microsoft has come out and said that they are going to be putting some muscle inside their streaming box, simply because they know that there's a potential for latency issues. So they don't want to completely leave it to the cloud to do everything. But I don't. So that kind of makes me wonder if potentially there's going to have to be different versions of it as they need to tweak and you know.
Well, my question is this: so where does VR fit into all this?
That's true.
Because I know that's Microsoft saying, but the number one killer of VR is latency. And I know they're talking about
streaming.
I know they're talking about zero latency in streaming, but think about even the bandwidth needs for latency if you're going to be streaming, because you're talking basically 2 4K screens is essentially what you're doing with VR. And now you're trying to pipe that over, and plus at 120 hertz. And so now you're trying to pipe that over, that's just not going to work. So that's where I'm kind of a little confused in this whole streaming as a service, but yet they want to do VR too. Like, they're kind of mutually exclusive.
But HEVC and H.265 compression, you can take 20 meg signals and now send them at 4 meg. So
That's true.
as long as your decoder is licensed and you get all the bells and whistles, they're compressing the shit out of the signal and still sending it through so you can get it at the end.
But my question is with the VR, with like the VR technology is, especially with like the PC, you have to have a specific build for the PC for doing all of that lifting, and then of course a bunch of the VR stuff.
Well, you get like, so what we're doing at school now is we're buying, it's the Oculus Go.
Mm-hmm.
It's a $400 VR device, no attachments or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a phone, it comes all inclusive, and you can do all of the VR stuff for $400 now with the Go. And like, we're doing that in our classroom. Like, it does all the stuff for $400. So yeah, but I mean, yes, you can now, that does, graphics level down here, or yes, you can buy the Oculus Rift, which is graphics up here, and you hook up all that stuff. But they do kind of starting to have that base level of the PC, because it's basically PC inside.
Right.
Of that, to kind of try to make it accessible. And I know they have another one coming up after the Oculus Go that's supposed to like build on that to make it even better.
Jay says accessibility is an issue with VR. You're correct. And to be honest with you, one of the issues that we've talked about several times revolving around VR is that it is an option for your PC or for your console or whatever. So it's not a required component. So there's no company out there that's going completely VR because that market is still way too fucking small.
Yeah.
And so the question is, I mean, you have to be able to utilize VR outside of gaming. In my honest opinion, in order for it to work, you got to do it outside of gaming. I don't know what that means. Facebook still owns Oculus, which, of course, to me makes me think, Facebook 3.0 or whatever, where you can attend virtual chat room sessions, blah, 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 blah.
Well, that's not chat rooms, but that's exactly what we're doing in the classroom is kids are building cities. Mm-hmm. Is what they're doing, and that's kind of the idea of like what we think Facebook is looking at. Virtual cities, almost like Half-Life. Is it Half-Life?
What?
What's the online game where you simulate life?
Sims?
No, it's the online one. It's been a game forever.
Minecraft?
No, they had like lawsuits over land being sold.
Second Life.
Second Life, not Half-Life. Second Life.
Yeah, Half-Life is a Valve game, which you'll never see Half-Life 3, ladies and gentlemen. No, you will if VR actually becomes a staple. Jay Steph asked, why don't they get into the build world, like build your Xbox or PlayStation, feel like they are missing the progression of the game? Because when you add the ability to build your own console, you're literally just building a PC. One. Two, and I learned this the hard way, not all components are compatible with other components. I had a Frankenstein tower PC that seemed pretty damn good with all its stats. However, if the PC were to completely turn off and I turned it on, I would have to wait for it to load in. I would log into the system, wait 5 minutes, because it was going to freeze, and then hit the reset button. Not the power button, the reset button, and work like a dream. But every single time that the system like restarted itself, or like the power went out and I had to turn it back on, I had to do this every single time. It was a pain in the ass. So because Microsoft and Sony did not want to deal with having to plan for every single different configuration you could come up with their OS and with basically their system, they're never going to allow you to build your own Xbox or PlayStation. However, if you are an individual like Ben Heck, who is the master of mods, I'm sure that you could build your own Xbox or PlayStation suitcase, laptop, super duper console, however.
Crispy.
Sure. However, I'm pretty sure that Microsoft and Sony will void that warranty like that. But yes, it would be, and I think we are going to a situation where when you go more and more towards just the streaming side, Xbox and PlayStation could potentially kind of run with PC. However, what makes each one of them different if they're all streaming consoles? It's got to be the library. However, the vast majority of publishers no longer really do exclusive contracts. They might do timed exclusive, where like the PlayStation will get a game 4 months before the Xbox will, but eventually it will come on everything. Jason said, for example, they give you options with your console that open up a market for them to charge more for upgrades that just coming out with a new. Okay, so basically you want like a Dell .com customize your laptop type thing.
Think about like most people who are buying consoles, they're parents.
Yeah, they don't know it.
Yeah, you come out as a parent, and I know Charlie's experienced this, where you ask for item X, very clearly labeled X, and your parents come home and it looks similar. The Y looks very similar to an X. And you have with product Y, which is nothing like X, and it doesn't do anything that you wanted, but what do you do about it?
Case in point, the original NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. All I wanted for Christmas was Tecmo Bowl.
Low standards.
It's a football game. My mom said, football game, easy. I have NES football. I don't have Tecmo Bowl, I have NES football with a bunch of made up fucking teams. So I never got to play as Bo Jackson.
So that's what we end up having with the console. So they try to make it as dumb and simple as easy as possible for your parents or your grandparents, your great uncles to go out and buy that console for you without like getting the wrong version of it.
I mean, the thing is, honestly, it would be amazing to have that option, but wouldn't make fiscal sense for the console manufacturers to allow for that type of stuff, because then you have to have extra inventory, then you have to have a good enough turnaround. Is there enough gamers out there who want to customize their console, or do they just want to be able to go to like Amazon and buy the whatever it is right there and have it prime shipped to you, so within 2 days you got the damn thing?
I think there would actually be quite a bit of market for it, to be honest. I think you could I think gamers they care a lot about how many pixels fit the screen.
Yeah, but okay, so the thing is, yes, there's absolutely a market for it. However, like you said, the vast majority of individuals who probably going to be buying this are going to be the moms and pops and grandparents and stuff, because the kids, the kids could probably inundate the parents with, I need this with this option and this option and this option, and the parents will only hear, I want this. They won't hear anything else. J-Stuff says, the reason I buy the next new console, then years later, they come out with a better version of the same console. Absolutely, because they've ironed out all the kinks. If you bought the Xbox 360 on launch, you got the red ring of death. It was an assured thing. However, in later iterations, they decided to move the heatsink away from the graphics card, and
who would have thought?
It worked. Instead of putting the heatsink right underneath the graphics card and wondering why everything was smoldering.
Brilliant.
It's cheap. But if you sell hardware that has all your features there, and then you charge to turn on each additional feature, your hardware inventory goes way down.
Yeah, but if you've got, so
Like, so you're saying like the hardware, basically what Intel does.
Yes. Yeah. So we use your set-top box for those that still have cable, right? That's the same white-faced Cisco box that everyone buys, but you have your 4K license in there. You have your HD, your SDs, your DT, your derivatives, your whatever streams, and all it is they paid their 75 cents per hour for whatever. Let's turn on this license and then turn it off later. So
I think the thing with that is gaming has already gone through something sort of like that, sort of. And that was on-disc DLC. And I don't know if gamer, technically, you could.
Well, that's like when you buy like a chip, like if you buy a 4-core chip from Intel, it actually a lot of times comes with like 6 or 8 cores. They just lock down 2 or 4 on that.
It's basically what the U.S. does.
That's what they do.
U.S. cell phone companies do with your cell phones. They lock a lot of the functionality and features because they want you to pay extra in order to do stuff. Jay says that with PC is the same thing. You get PC upgrades, etc. That's why you see more are moving to PC. It's also a much stabler platform, to be honest with you. And you can easily, with I guess the crash of the cryptocurrency market, and graphics cards finally coming down in value, it's easier to make the more pretty thing because all the consoles are locked in a specific screen ratio.
When you also used to, I think, 10, 15 years ago, there was a lot of games on the console you just couldn't play on the PC.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, there were so many exclusive to consoles, there was a true incentive to buying consoles, because where else could you play them?
Right.
Whereas nowadays, so many games that, I know there's exceptions, but so many that comes out on the console, I can play on my PC also.
Well, the thing is that there's so little wiggle room because they're spending so much money to create these AAA titles, there is no room for error. I mean, studios that are very well established, if they royally screwed the pooch, they could end up closing.
Well, I think the other thing too, like you're saying, Jay Steve, it's not just that. I think it's also the move towards mobile gaming on your iPhone.
That's the other thing.
Or Android. So I think that's further killing console gaming in the first place, and PC gaming for that matter.
Which, I'm going to be totally honest with you, I was absolutely 100% hesitant about the Nintendo Switch. Because I didn't understand, okay, it's a console, yet it's a handheld. I just don't know how that's going to work. And to be honest with you, it's slick. I mean, it's absolutely slick. What
about that as a phone? Could that work?
That's a little too big for a phone.
Okay.
However, if you were to remove the controllers...
Yeah, you have your Samsung Galaxy whatevers that are...
Yeah, you got your S Pluses or what, S6, or whatever, the ones that don't explode. Remember a couple years, Master PvP or 101, can you watch a vid of my new camera? After the show, maybe. But what I can tell you is that, what did you just say?
What?
What?
I'm trying to read the name.
No. The, shit, I just lost it.
Samsung Galaxy Stream.
Oh, yeah. Do we all remember that time where basically every single airline had to, like, outlaw, if you had this phone, you were not allowed to, you had to pack it in your luggage. You weren't allowed to bring it on.
No, you couldn't bring it on.
Period. Fires and luggage are easier than fires and containment.
But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where everything goes. Yeah. I mean, with the other thing, and this is the question that I continue to have to grapple with, is simply all of this shit we're talking about with all the issues with the ISP and stuff. This is a U.S. only thing, okay? So the U.S. is not the U.S. is a good chunk of the marketplace for console gaming or gaming in general. However, there's a shit ton of other places outside the U.S. So are U.S. gamers going to end up being absolutely screwed as a result because of the vast majority of additional hurdles they have to get through, which is kind of ironic. Fuck it. It's kind of ironic because it takes a shit ton of hurdles to jump through in foreign countries to get a gun. However, you get one immediately in the U.S., but you can immediately play any type of streaming game outside the U.S., but you have to jump through a shit ton of hoops to play a streaming game in the U.S.
We're jumping through a lot of hurdles.
I know.
I prefer to jump over hurdles.
Yeah.
Jumping through hurdles.
I agree. And I've got my issues. I don't know how to, I muted it. Dear God. Anyways, I find myself moving more towards PC because console is so restricted. Exactly. And to be honest with you, I think that's really, to be honest with you, I think that's Sony. That's really Sony because of it trying to lock itself away from everything else. Now, of course, if you look at Nintendo, Nintendo's been so freaking hesitant about putting more of that online playability. However, they are opening it up. I mean, they have Paladins on there, and I have to say that I haven't really delved into Paladins on that simply because I can't tie my Paladins account on the Switch to my main account. So all the fancy skins and all of that stuff.
No.
Yeah. J-Step1 says another point is LG is PC. Well, yeah, right. Yes, Major League Gaming, the vast majority of it is PC. I think because it's a bigger market because there's a much larger gamer population that are playing on PC simply because it's not locked down, and you can play individuals from several different regions unless the game for some stupid reason is region locked, which there are some out there which I do not understand. I want to be able to play, if I'm trying to play competitively, I want to play against the best, not in just my region. You know, I think they broke it up as Asia, Oceania,
That's pretty common.
Europe, and North America,
Well,
or
part
the
of it's
Americas.
Well, it's also up with latency and ping.
Right, that too.
That's a big
But
part.
is it geofencing because of features or
I think a lot of it's
options?
latency.
Okay. But I could play Mario Kart with people in China.
The red shell gets you no matter what. Then it doesn't matter what your latency is. That's the beauty of
It's
it.
the blue shell, man. It's the blue shell, not the red shell. Red shell is heat sinking, however you can't avoid it. The blue shell, though, you're screwed.
Well, yeah.
That motherfucker will find you, no matter where you are. But anyways,
Cool.
yeah, I figured. Thanks, anonymous Patriots
A
fan.
Patriots fan would like the Xbox.
My guess is this person really likes Dragon Ball Z, the fighting game, would be my guess, if I had to take it a step further. I think that's why he'll stick with consoles, because he's a DBZ gaming fan. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we basically are getting super duper close to the end, so we do want to do a quick rundown of all the social media stuff so that you can follow us in every single platform that we are present in. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to follow everything that we do through the Facebook interface, all you got to do is
Go to www.facebook.com/AlteredConfusion.
now, of course, if you want to look for all of the videos that we produce, if I actually remember to upload them, you can go to our YouTube channel.
YouTube.com/AlteredConfusionLLC.
Of course, if you are watching this recorded, you probably might want to know the Twitch URL so you can catch this live every single Thursday night from 8 p.m. Eastern Time to 9:15-ish Eastern Time. And of course, if you want to also watch the game streaming, which is usually on Tuesdays and Sundays, all you got to do is go to twitch.tv/AlteredConfusion. Now, if you want to go super duper old school, for those of you who know what a URL is in this day, it's www.AlteredConfusion.com, or for the vast majority of individuals who navigate the web just like Zealeus, go to google.com and in the search box type in Altered Confusion and it will take you there. But of course, the big, real quick, we do have, I really need to update that dang ticker at the bottom because we do have an Instagram. Just search on Altered Confusion. But ladies, of course, the one true way to follow us, of course, will always be Twitter.
At AlteredConfusion at the end because
Broke the internet.
The end would break the internet. So, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to thank everyone for tuning in. I do want to say one thing real quick. If you are looking for the audio version of this, because yes, we have a video version and an audio version, all you got to do is go to the iTunes podcast section and type in Altered Confusion, and you can listen to the audio version of this. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, there's not an audible version. I'm not reading a fucking book. But, ladies and gentlemen, if
Now
you
Charlie's taking a drink.
remember,
Charlie's doing the do.
oh my God, remember, ladies and gentlemen, that starting Saturday morning at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be doing my extra live stream. If you are interested in donating to Extra Life, either to the Altered Confusion Extra Life or someone else's, please go to extra-life.org. In the search, you can type in Altered Confusion, or if you've got a friend, please donate to them. It's an amazing cause. It is tax deductible if that's what it will, if that's what it takes for you to actually donate. But if you are in the donating mood, and perhaps you just want to help Altered Confusion out, unfortunately, this is not tax deductible, but we've got this beautiful thing called Patreon. Patreon is basically a website that allows you, the fans, the friends and followers and all that stuff, to give back to Altered Confusion. It is a monthly subscription. You basically donate or pledge from $1 up, and all that money that we gain every single month goes into an Altered Confusion fund that allows us to pay for the cost of conventions. The next convention we're going to be at is Chattacon. That's going to be in Chattanooga at the end of January. All the funds that are currently available in there will go completely to that. I'm almost 100% sure. But we would also, I mean, in a perfect world, we'd love to be able to upgrade and upkeep all of our equipment, give you the best experience that Altered Confusion can. So if we have extra money, that's where it goes. I believe the last thing that we bought was an update for the webcam. Yeah. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I know that we've gone past the end time. I know that Zealeus's cat is probably starting to rip all the furniture up in his house.
She just called me.
Yeah, there it is, subliminally. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everyone for tuning into the Altered Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, Zealeus, and Jason, it's been a pleasure giving you everything coming out of our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back next Thursday for another Thursday Night Hangout. And of course, if you really want to see if I am completely coherent at any point, starting Saturday at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can go to twitch.tv/AlteredConfusion and come check on me, see what games I'm playing. Hopefully, I have not fallen asleep again like I have that one time where I fell asleep on the controller and my character was literally walking to the same wall for 10 minutes. Thank you to the individual who called and made me aware of that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, until then, thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.